I had, actually I think you had approached me about possibly, when I was here for a cleaning, about seeing if I had some of the symptoms of TMJ. I think I'd probably mentioned in the past that I had headaches and just kind of issues with my neck, and I know I'd been in for some things with my crown on one side, and I'd had some issues. And I think when we first started testing, you were like, I'm not quite sure why you're here, and then you started doing some of the muscle tightness things and feeling around in my head, and then we quickly realized that I had the symptoms, but they weren't. I don't think they were necessarily the usual symptoms.
Right. But you were getting headaches.
Headaches, yeah.
And describe the kind of headaches you were getting.
Generally tension headaches. I mean, they weren't necessarily localized to one spot, but I think a lot of times it sort of stemmed in my neck or kind of somewhere up in this area, just from the tension of my muscles.
Right. And you had mentioned to me they were lasting for quite a long time when they would come.
Remember? I'd have them in spurts. I wouldn't have a headache for even a couple months sometimes, and then other times it would be for an entire week of a month, and then they'd sort of go away, and it'd be another couple months before I had another bout, or sometimes they were more frequent, but yeah, they'd last for a longer duration.
Yeah, a week? A headache for a week. That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would come and go, but maybe I would have it in the morning, but then by each afternoon I'd sort of end up with a little bit of a headache. So.
Gotcha. Okay. So then we started therapy for you.
Yes.
Okay. How's it been going?
It's been going pretty well. It's been, I think this is my 7th visit.
That's right.
Who's counting?
Right.
So yeah, it's been going pretty well. It's actually, the majority of it is pretty relaxing. I actually enjoy it. But I definitely can feel, and again, I had some tension in my neck on the right side, and that's definitely subsided
Good.
a lot more. So.
When was your last headache?
I have a little one right now.
You do have a little one right now?
Yeah, I've had headaches for the past 2 days.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what brought them on, but we can edit that one out.
Well, the types of headaches you were having before we started therapy, how would you rate the headache you're having now?
Probably similar.
Similar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I may probably edit this out, but yeah, just this week I've sort of noticed a little bit more like tiredness kind of coming back a little bit, and that was sort of what I'd noticed before we started therapy.
What you've been doing at home as far as keeping up with your exercises?
So I do have to admit that in the past week I've done them less than I should have. Probably instead of doing them twice a day, I've been doing them maybe once a day. So I definitely haven't kept up with that.
Okay, so your life's been getting a little bit hectic recently?
Yeah.
Okay, so your stress level's up a little bit?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
And that's I was on vacation last week, which threw me off routine, and this week I've started back to work, which has definitely increased the stress.
Okay.
So I'm sure all those things are.
Well, that in combination with the fact that we're not done balancing your bite yet. Okay, we're close, but we're not all the way there. So you may still, occasionally be having a headache, but I'm hoping that after today's therapy, the headache will be gone, and you'll get back into your routine better at home. We'll finish balancing your bite, and everything should be real good. Was there a point, once we began therapy, where you started to notice a difference?
Yeah, I think with regard to the tiredness that I was feeling in my jaw, I think probably after the first visit I felt a difference, an improvement.
Okay, fantastic.
And then I did notice after the first couple of treatments that things were a little bit more tight in my neck, but then that subsided after the first couple of visits. So I think that as we were moving things around and doing the therapy, I think it was kind of stirring things up, and then it got a lot better. So I saw things improve in that way.
Great. So that was around week 3 or 4, maybe?
Probably about week 3. Yeah.
Very good.
Probably by my 3rd visit, I probably felt better.
Great. And headaches from that point up until recently? Would you say
they've been few and far between. This week has just kind of been a bit of an anomaly with, again, probably just stress from work and kind of getting back into routine and all of that. But
good.
Usually I hadn't been getting them very often throughout this is my 7th week of treatment. Throughout the 4th, 5th, and 6th week, I haven't had rarely any at all, I don't think.
Fantastic. So you just finished your 7th therapy visit.
Yes.
And when you came in, you were having a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering how you're feeling now.
It feels a lot better now. It's actually gone. It was kind of felt like the beginnings of a headache when I had come in, but I think a lot of the tension was relieved throughout the therapy, so
Okay.
feeling a lot better.
Very good. Okay, so today's your final visit with us. For you, it was 8 visits.
Right.
And last week you had mentioned to me that you had had some headaches, but tell me what happened after that visit.
So last visit you had adjusted my bite and also adjusted my mouthpiece. Probably as soon as that evening, once I was home, I felt a lot different as far as the bite went. A lot of the tension and sort of tiredness had released, and then I didn't have a headache after that. So I think when I left here, I had said that I felt a little bit better after therapy. My headache had gone away.
Yep.
So I'd come in with a headache, but I haven't had anything since. I think the adjustment of the bite is really was helpful.
Yeah, yeah, and we know that the bite imbalances are really the root cause of all these headaches and things. And so now that we're finally, we're at the point now where we're finishing up balancing everything for you, you shouldn't have any more headaches. And everything should be great from here on out. And of course, if not, you let us know.
Right.